Let's make some Nutella truffles with just 3 ingredients. Add 120 grams of condensed milk to a bowl and microwave for 30 seconds. Then sieve in 50 grams of cocoa powder and mix until smooth. Pop in 1 tablespoon of Nutella and mix until incorporated. Scoop it onto some cling film, wrap it up, then roll it into a ball. Then pop it into the freezer for 30 minutes. Take it out of the freezer, but put it back in if it's too sticky, and chop into chunks. Roll them into balls and repeat this process until you have some evenly sized truffles. Then coat with some more cocoa powder. Take a look at those. Don't they look amazing? Well, I need to try one, right? Oh my god. You know, I think these might be my favourite out of all of the new creations I've made this week. I can't tell you how good these are. If you thought my other creations were easy, I beg you, please give this a go. Let's make the yummiest eaten mess ever. Start by adding 200 milliliters of double cream to a mixing bowl and whisk until soft peaks form. Then add half a tablespoon of icing sugar and mix that in. Chop 200 grams of strawberries into halves, leaving a few aside for the topping. Add your strawberries to the cream and mix them in. Then break up 2 meringue nests and stir them in. And remember to set aside 1 meringue nest for decoration. Then blitz 40 grams of strawberries in a blender to make a strawberry puree. Drizzle your puree into your wine glasses for added effect, then add the rest to the mix. Spoon the eaten mess into your wine glasses, topping with some crushed meringue and some strawberries, and we're done. This is the perfect dessert and it only takes 5 minutes to make. So I've been hearing a lot, and I mean a lot, about this viral Dubai chocolate bar and everyone's weird and wonderful creations. There's only one problem. I've never tried it. I hear it's only 4 ingredients, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give it a go. What could go wrong, right? Start by decorating our silicone molds with some gold leaf and pistachio paste. Then microwave 200 grams of dark chocolate. Pour roughly a quarter of the chocolate into the mold. We don't want to completely fill up our mold, we just want to line it. Pop this in the freezer to set for 5 minutes. Melt 20 grams of butter in a pan. Add 50 grams of katifi pastry and crisp until golden for roughly 5 minutes. Then add 50 grams of pistachio cream to your katifi and mix. Next, we're going to grab our set chocolate from the freezer and pour pistachio paste over the top. Spread that around evenly. Sprinkle in our katifi and press that down firmly. Pour the remainder of our melted chocolate over the top and smooth that out. Then simply refrigerate for 1 to 2 hours until set. Now I'm simply going to grab our chocolate out of the fridge and peel it out of its casing. Wow, that is a yes from me. Let's make my 3-ingredient Nutella mousse. We're going to start by making the ganache. Pour 240 milliliters of double cream into a saucepan until it starts to simmer. Then pour this over 150 grams of milk chocolate and stir quickly. In a separate bowl, whisk the remaining 360 milliliters of double cream till soft peaks form. Fold in your chocolate ganache and give that a stir. Pop in 3 tablespoons of Nutella and mix that in. Look how silky that is. Give it one final stir by hand before splitting it out between 4 separate ramekins. Give them a shake to make sure they're level. Then pop these in the fridge for at least 4 hours, preferably overnight, and we can come back and decorate. Top with a drizzle of Nutella, some strawberries in the center, and a dusting of icing sugar. Et voila! We have our 3-ingredient Nutella mousse. Look at that. That smells so good. Now let's give this a go. That is so freaking good. This is so easy to make and so delicious. Don't forget to comment your favorite recipes and I'll make them. Let's make some mini Nutella stuffed pancakes. Start by adding 3 eggs to a bowl. Then add in 1 tablespoon of caster sugar, 15 grams of melted butter, then whisk these together by hand. Add in 210 grams of plain flour, 170 milliliters of milk, and whisk that in. Then grease a large frying pan. Pop in a few tablespoons of the mix, adding 1 dollop of Nutella into the middle of your pancake. Then coat evenly with some more batter. Then flip. Serve with toppings of your choice. I've personally gone for some berry and a sprinkle of icing sugar. Et voila! We have our finished mini Nutella stuffed pancakes. These are so easy to make and so yummy. Let's make some Nutella fudge. Start by pouring 1 tin of condensed milk into a saucepan and stir on a low heat. Then add 400 grams of milk chocolate and stir until combined, before mixing in 2 tablespoons of Nutella. Remove from the heat and pour the mixture into a lined baking tray. Evenly smooth the mixture to the edges of the tin before drizzling white chocolate over the top of your fudge to give it that professional finish. Pop it in the fridge for 3 hours. Et voila! We have our delicious Nutella fudge. Okay guys, I'm tired of waiting, so let's make the Dubai chocolate strawberry cups. Melt 20 grams of butter in a pan, then add 50 grams of katifi pastry and crisp until golden for roughly 5 minutes. Add 50 grams of pistachio cream to your katifi. Melt 50 grams of milk chocolate in a microwavable bowl in 30-second bursts, then slice up a handful of strawberries. Add a bit more pistachio cream to your glass for added effect. Pop in your strawberries, your milk chocolate, and your katifi. A few more strawberries and a drizzle more chocolate, pistachio cream, then top with 2 more strawberries and a sprinkle of edible gold leaf. Et voila! We have our Dubai chocolate strawberry cup. Look at that, guys. That is absolute perfection. So let's dig in. That is a yes from me. I'll be back. I'm just going to go finish this. It's 10 o'clock and you're craving brownies. We've only got 2 ingredients, but we're not going to let that stop us. So whack your oven onto 180 degrees and let's get started. These are so easy to make and so delicious. Plus, it saves you popping to the shops in the middle of the night, which I know you don't want to do. Start by adding 4 large eggs to a mixing bowl. Then mix until frothy. In a separate bowl, melt 170 grams of milk chocolate in the microwave. Then mix into the eggs until combined. Next, add a few handfuls of chocolate chip just to give it that added texture. Then, line a baking tin with butter or baking parchment and pour in your batter. Pop these in the oven for 25 minutes and slice. Look how gooey they are. I could just eat them all. Now for our finishing touches. I love to give my brownies a dusting of icing sugar and top them with raspberries just to make them look even more delicious. Et voila! Doesn't that look incredible? So it's time for our taste test. Nothing is better than that. Let's make some Oreo truffles with just 3 ingredients. Firstly, you'll need roughly 12 Oreos. Crush these in a bag with a rolling pin or by using a food processor and transfer to a bowl. Next, pop in 60 grams of cream cheese and stir until fully combined. Then, scoop roughly 1 tablespoon of the mixture and roll it into a ball using your hands. And simply repeat this process to make 4 more truffles. Then transfer to the freezer for 30 minutes. Next, melt roughly 100 grams of white chocolate in a bowl and coat your Oreo balls until covered. You can also use a skewer to take off any excess chocolate before transferring to a baking tray. Then sprinkle some Oreo crumbs on top before transferring to the fridge to set. And we're done. These are so easy to make and so delicious. This is the only mug cake recipe you'll ever need. Start by adding your self-raising flour and cocoa powder to a bowl, then add a pinch of salt. Then add the caster sugar and baking powder and mix until combined. Now it's time to add our wet ingredients. So I'm simply going to stir in our milk and our oil, making sure these are fully combined with our dry ingredients. Now for our secret ingredient, chocolate chips. These will make our cakes extra gooey. Next, you'll need to microwave your mug cake for between 1 to 2 minutes before topping with your choice of decoration. I've used Nutella because it is my absolute favourite, and my God, does it taste delicious. So dig in and enjoy. I'll see you next time. Let's make a chocolate lava cake. We're going to start by making the ganache. Combine 110 grams of butter with 170 grams of chocolate and blitz in the microwave. In a separate bowl, whisk together 2 eggs and 2 egg whites. Then set aside. Combine 30 grams of flour with 60 grams of icing sugar in a bowl, adding a pinch of salt before mixing. Then add your eggs from earlier and mix well to ensure there are no lumps. Finally, stir in your chocolate ganache, making sure all ingredients are fully combined. Then, grease 4 ramekins with butter and sieve cocoa powder in these to ensure our cakes don't stick to the sides. Pour the mixture into the ramekins and bake at 220 degrees for between 12 to 14 minutes. Once they're done, decorate with icing sugar and raspberries and enjoy. These are the gooeyest, most perfect dessert for all you chocolate lovers out there. POV, it's 9 AM and you're craving that perfect healthy breakfast. So let's make a chia pudding. This is so simple and only takes 5 minutes. So I'm simply going to combine 3 tablespoons of chia seeds with 190 grams of milk. Give it a quick stir, followed by 3 teaspoons of maple syrup. And give it a quick stir. Now I'm simply going to pop this in the fridge for roughly 8 hours or overnight, whatever's easier, and then we can come back and decorate. So I've grabbed our chia pudding out of the fridge and it looks amazing. So now it's time to decorate. You can use any topping you want here, guys, but I'm personally going to use raspberries because they are my absolute favorite. Doesn't that look amazing? Now for the taste test.